God bless everyone. So I didn't take notes, I'm just gonna kind of freestyle on my testimony. I'm a single mom of 3 for the past 8 years. I was living in the Bronx, the South Bronx. That's where I pretty much had my 3 children. I'm originally from over there, but I lived here because my mom moved us over here. So I went to high school, junior high, moved back to New York for college. What I want to talk about is divine placement. And what I mean by that is the Lord really placed me like in a perfect setting for my situation. My unique situation being that I was very dependent. I didn't work, I didn't drive, and He moved me out of the Bronx into another state because I was praying to really move to Florida. That was the plan, to always come back here because this was always my home. So when I lived in West Virginia, He placed me in a place, in a beautiful house. I didn't have any friends or family there. I didn't have a car. I moved over there. I was more excited than afraid. A lot of people, family, and just people would tell me that, you know, I wasn't gonna make it. I'm gonna be back here in the Bronx. You'll see, you know, you're stupid. You shouldn't go over there. You have no one. What are you gonna do? And I was just, I knew I wanted to get out of there. So that's when I really started praying and reading the Word and just really more dedicating my life to God, because I was raised Pentecostal from my grandmother. I was just like in and out of church, you know, in my 20s and doing whatever I wanted to do. So from there, I prayed and prayed and prayed, and I told the Lord, you know, I want to move to Florida. If not, I'll just stay here. And the Lord made a way a year later for me to move here. So I moved here in 2014. Moving here, another divine placement. I was right next to the bus, just like in West Virginia. I forgot to mention that my house was right next to a small bus, you know, not a ghetto bus, but a really nice small bus that was just right there and took me to wherever I needed to go with my children. And He did the same here in Florida. 15 minutes away from where I live, I had a bus here, only a quarter, and it would take us, you know, wherever we needed to go, to Walmart, to Target, to Publix, and you know, it was just, it was so like unique how He just put everything in order. So it wasn't until here that I got here that I understood about deliverance. And so I'm a different person than I was years ago. I was very broken, I was very angry, I was filled with a lot of rage with my children's father, with the divorce. There was a lot of infidelity, there was a lot of verbal abuse, and I carried a lot of resentment and a lot of hatred, and also a lot of a victim spirit, because I always thought that because I was always faithful that I was better. And I learned that being faithful doesn't make you a good woman. Okay, like it's a great quality, but it's not gonna make you better, because you lack in areas that are equally just as bad as his infidelities. So, you know, I didn't really own up to my part that I played in a failed marriage. We didn't include God when we got married. We didn't even get to know each other better. We just went in there real quickly, you know, like within 2 months. We were like, hey, you know, we should get married. So we definitely didn't include God in that. And we were very young, you know. I was 25 and he was 21. He was in the army. And so we were both very flawed in our marriage because we weren't taught that, and because we were still very young and immature. So, you know, the Lord delivered me from carrying that victim spirit and that brokenness and that bitterness, because I was filled with all of that. I didn't want to be a single mom because my mom was a single mom, and I dreaded the idea, so I would stay in a relationship that wasn't meant for me because I didn't want to end up like my mom. And I felt like, you know what, I made my bed and now I have to lie in it. I have my 3 children with this man, I have to deal with it. And so, you know, coming here, just it, you know, my ministry, my pastor, it was life-changing. I've overcame just so much, and God transformed me into you know, this person that you see today is a totally different person than years ago.
Badass in Christ.
Thank you. And so, you know, that's my testimony. You know, I started driving 2 years, better late than never. And of course, I have my pastor to thank for that, because she's the one that really put that emotion for me. And I'm very grateful for both of them and for my ministry and the prophetic and deliverance. Just, it's so life-changing. You know, I can't understand how people who, when their prayers are answered, they backtrack and they forget about God, because I can't comprehend that. You know what I mean? I can't see myself because I have a car now. I'm so busy, and I am very busy, especially with my 3 children. Being too busy to, you know, go to church. You know, anytime I'm blessed, you know, I'm always going to acknowledge the Lord and want to, you know, do more for the kingdom of God, and that's just where I'm at, you know. So I know that more things are coming. I know that my husband is on the way. My career is coming. So those are the 2 things that haven't come to pass as of yet. But then that will be my next testimony. So, you know, God is good. Thank you.
We love her. I met her almost 4 years ago, and trust me, the transformation is inedible to see it.